Hi guys, welcome back to Hear Me Out. I'm E,
I'm D.
and today we're going to act a fool because we've just been laughing at random stuff. But on the real, today's a very important day because the Mean Girls, yes, with Lindsay Lohan and crew, and Rachel McAdams and crew, they might be getting back together.
Oh,
And that's an exciting thing. They had a little reunion.
yes.
So, Mean Girls reunion, Lindsay Lohan, Amanda Seyfried, and Lacey
Chabert.
Chabert were spotted filming a secret project. So, according to People, it's not October 3rd. Actually, we're ways past that. But guys, we stay delayed, but we just like to savor in the articles and
Yeah.
like marinate on it. And what are we going to say?
Yeah.
But that didn't stop the plastics from getting together. Almost 2 decades after the cult classic teen comedy was released,
Who?
several of the I know, right? How old was I? Like 5 when that came out?
I need you to.
I'm just kidding, guys. I was 6. All right, almost 2 decades after the cult classic teen comedy was released, several of the original Mean Girl cast members had a mini reunion for a special secret commercial project in LA. So that was on 10/6. I know. I told you we were delayed. So Lindsay, Amanda, Lacey were all spotted with camera crews on a football field in LA. Rachel McAdams, she wasn't present for the shoot. The ladies were all smiles, and Amanda and Lacey wore what any self respecting plastic would wear on Wednesday. What color is that? They were wearing pink. Details for the reunion are under wraps, but the movie is celebrating a huge milestone next year. 20 years after the original film hit theaters, the Mean Girls musical movie is debuting. Tina
Wow.
Fey, I know, that's exciting.
Yeah.
Tina Fey, who wrote the original film and Broadway musical, announced the upcoming project in January 2020. The Saturday Night Live alum, now 53, also starred in the 2004 comedy as Miss Norbury, a lovable teacher who at one point is accused of being a drug pusher. Why don't I remember that?
Vaguely. I vaguely remember that.
The new film will see Faye reprise her role alongside Tim Meadows, who returns as Principal Duval. In February, Amanda told Entertainment Tonight that she and her former co-stars are 100% into making a cameo. And
Aw.
she says, it's been a long legacy for Mean Girls, and I think we all kind of just want to hang, she said. However, it's unknown if they are really involved in the musical.
Wow. Okay. So about Mean Girls, if you didn't know, which you should. I mean, like, you should. This is a classic. Like, hello. Anyway, in the 2004 film, Lindsay Lohan, who is now 37, portrayed Katie Heron. Was it Katie or Caddy? Katie. A student who had just moved from Africa and was now an outcast at her new high school. It was there that she was introduced to the seriousness of the social hierarchy as she met teen queen bees, Karen, which was Karen Smith, played by Amanda Seyfried, Gretchen Wieners, played by Lacey Chabert, and their leader, the queen bee of them all, Regina George, who is portrayed by Rachel McAdams, and the trio were fiercely known as the Plastics. I mean, I love that movie.
Can they have like a Mean Girls too? Like I don't know what it would consist of. Like would it
Their
be like
kids.
they all live in they all live in LA and they're part of this mom group? I'm just trying
Yeah.
to think of an adult Mean Girls.
I'm not a regular mom. I'm a cool mom group.
Yes.
Mhm,
And then Katie, Caddy, she was shunned again.
mhm.
Or maybe they shun Regina now. That would be
Ooh.
a good twist.
Okay, so real quick, because I was very confused. Did Regina survive? She got hit by a bus.
I think she did.
Okay. Because I did not expect for that little twist. And I was just like, is she Did she? And then I kind of vaguely remember her in like, the
The crutches and stuff.
yeah, all that stuff. So that's why I was like, did that girl survive? Like,
I think she did.
oh man,
Regina George. You know, she
was
in the
something else.
afterlife had a burn book. If something would have happened to her.
Do you remember the book?
Yes, I remember. I was about to say we had our own burn book, but it wasn't really a burn book, or was it?
No.
It was a burn book before Mean Girls came out.
Yeah, yeah, because we were like
7.
we were that's the point. So okay, like I think Mean Girls resonated, with so many people because it was very much what life was like for teens, and people, kids in school and everything, because this was like way before social media was like the thing, and so it was like the social construct, the hierarchy in high schools. That was like, like the biggest thing. It was like you had the popular people, right? You had the cheerleaders, the jocks, and everything, all the different cliques that were around. So seeing it portrayed in that fashion, I feel like a lot of people identified with Katie, like being an outcast and not, really fitting in, but then wanting to fit in and then kind of falling into like that whole thing. I still love their Christmas number that they did.
Yeah.
Every year that I see clips of it, I'm always like super hyped and I want to see the movie again, but for whatever reason, I don't watch it. And of course, to this day, when it's October 3rd, he asks, what day is it? And
October.
I said, to this
day, we wear pink.
Wednesdays, we wear pink, y'all. So I think, like, I can't believe it's going to be 20. Honestly, like, I'm shocked. But I'm excited for the project that they're going to be doing. I wish Rachel McAdams was a part of it, though. I don't know if maybe eventually she would be, but she's freaking Regina George. How could she not be there?
I know. If Lindsay's there, Rachel McAdams has to be there,
Yeah. So, this is going to sound terrible. But isn't it crazy how Regina George pretty much had the better career out of all of them, and as far as acting? Rachel McAdams kind of killed it.
Yeah, I was going to say that, but I mean, in what sense? Because Lindsay, she had like all these kind of teeny bopper movies, but Rachel McAdams had like Oscar worthy, The Notebook. What else?
She's in different things. She's even been in Marvel movies. So her longevity, I think that's really what I'm referencing. Is like her longevity has definitely been much better. Amanda Seyfried has had a really great, acting career as well. But I think everybody thought Lindsay Lohan was going to be the star forever. And
these little Disney, I say these little Disney, these Disney, I'm gonna call it the Disney curse, or these Disney stars.
Yeah.
Lindsay was hanging out with Britney at the time, and
Paris and all of them.
Mm-hmm. So maybe she went through her little rebel stage, and I think she had like family issues as well at one point. Remember that?
Yeah, that's true.
I feel like she even went to rehab, if I'm not misspeaking.
Probably, because during that era, who wasn't going to rehab? So
you know what? That was a fad.
It was.
That was probably like where they were meeting up. It wasn't even rehab.
I wouldn't be surprised, girl. There's been tons of weird stories. But yeah, no, you're right. She had all of those, Disney movies, the teeny bopper stuff. Like she was the
Parent Trap.
Oh my gosh. Hello. I still would watch that to this day.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, I want to say that Mean Girls was her biggest movie, whereas like Rachel McAdams has, I mean, The Notebook is still her biggest movie. Like she's done great things. She's done really good movies. But she's seen as like a serious actress, dramatic actress.
Mm-hmm.
Lindsay Lohan left acting for a long time.
Yeah.
And
she also did become a musician. She has some albums out, kind of thing.
I wasn't gonna bring that up. Anywho, but she recently came back with what was it, a Netflix movie or something, like a holiday movie, one of those Lifetime style movies. Um,
It was a little cringy. I did see that movie.
I loved it.
Really? It was very cheesy Lohan.
Very cheesy. Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know if she was she kissing that guy at the end of the day, or was that AI kissing the guy? Like it just seemed so awkward. Like she didn't know how to act. I don't
That was a little weird. But there were moments where you could kind of see the old Lindsay there, and I was just like, oh man, like she was really good.
behind
But
Botox.
okay, well then. So we have to talk about Lacey. I think Lacey's like the queen of Hallmark holiday movies.
Oh,
Yeah, I want to say she's big in that market.
hmm
Um, but I don't know. It's crazy. Like thinking back to all that time. Tina Fey has had an amazing career, also. And it's I don't know. It's weird. Now the guy, the who asked what day it was, I forget his name. He didn't really seem to do all that much after the fact, and he also is, I think, now gay, maybe. So interesting.
hmm
We also never really hear about the two people that befriended Katie when she first got to the school. The
Oh,
one who said she doesn't even go here.
oh, what was her name? Jane.
Yeah, it might have been.
I
And
think it was
I
Jane.
forget the guy's name, but like you never really hear much about them. But of course, like everybody wants to see the Plastics reunite and do their Santa Baby. Like Regina's mom, also played by Amy Poehler, loved it. Genius. I couldn't deal with her. She was the best. I loved
Janice. Her name was Janice.
Janice. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I guess the other guy was his name either Aaron or Damien? Does that sound familiar?
Damien. I think it's
Damien?
Damien.
I
Yeah.
think it was Damien.
Yeah. hmm
Oh, Aaron is probably the guy was the October 3rd guy.
Oh, it might have been. Uh-huh.
Let's
But no,
see.
it's like so crazy to think about, that time in life, like everything was so much more simpler. And now, I don't know. It'd
I
be
know.
weird.
But that was like the quintessential drama back in the day. Like
Yeah.
the popular people, and it was always centered around those kinds of problems.
Yeah.
So I always find it like interesting if we compare like Mean Girls to, let's say, TV show Gossip Girl,
Oh my
and how
God.
much high school changed like completely
Yep.
in
Yep.
that time. I don't know if it was like my particular high school or where I was at, but underage drinking wasn't a thing.
It was where
Drugs,
I was.
you know, huh?
It was where I was.
It was
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
no.
Like I was probably a junior when I would kind of start hearing about it. And then as a senior, yeah, I would hear about all the parties that the popular girls and the football players would all have, house parties or some kind of stuff, and all the underage drinking that would take place. Um, yeah, I would hear about all that stuff.
Really? Well, was it like Gossip Girl material?
Oh, there was some crazy stuff that I heard about. Yeah.
Huh.
Like, yeah.
I was into the books, guys, because I don't remember none of that.
Yeah, but I mean, obviously, I don't think nothing's at the level of Gossip Girl. Mind you, they were Upper East Siders. They had access to absolutely everything they could possibly want, all the luxuries in the world. Whereas, it's like I was in a high school in Fort Worth, Texas. Like nobody knows what Fort Worth, Texas is, bro. But there was a lot of like craziness that I would hear about sometimes. I never really cared to partake. Mind
hmm
you, I didn't really start drinking until I was 24, y'all. Like, I'll be real. Not till I was 24.
Oh, this I know, guys.
So yeah, like I was a boring kid, but I would hear about like, some pretty crazy stuff that would go down.
Well,
Yeah.
I hope they have a Mean Girls too, because that will bring the old generation and they kids to
Yeah.
theaters, kind of like the Barbie movie. Like everybody just
Oh,
flocked there.
yeah. That
So
would
I
be
think that was
cool.
cool.
True.
And Regina being a little nicer because now they're picking on her. Like she fell
Ooh.
off. Which
Yeah.
is, very like I feel like it's very true. Like the more popular people, it seems like high school is their peak, and then that's where
Yeah.
they stayed.
Yep.
And they've been on the decline. I'm not gonna shout out nobody, but your
Yeah.
girl here, she doing great things. Young girls here. I'm
Well, I mean, I'm still a bit of a boring kid, so. But
we're far
I'm,
from boring.
huh?
I said we're far from boring.
No, I would say that like we have our standard, boring days and months and everything. We're just like chill. I think we're both very chill people. And then for whatever reason, there's the time of the year where it's not so boring.
We'll leave it there, guys. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe, turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of our videos. Also, let us know in the comments. Do you want a Mean Girls 2? Like, are you going to go watch this musical? Like,
Right?
is this going to be on Broadway or like TV musical, like High School Musical?
You know, sure. That's something good to try and figure out. If y'all find out, let us know in the comments.
Let us know. Also, please share our video. We're trying to grow our community so your friends can be our friends and we can all be friends. We
Yeah.
also have social media, which Dee will tell you about.
We're on TikTok and Instagram at Hear Me Out, DNE. So make sure you guys follow, like, share, and comment. We obviously enjoy commenting with you guys, interacting. It's always a lot of fun.
All right, guys. We'll see you next time. Peace.
Bye.
Bye-bye.